1 Year Bible, April 24th. Hello, everybody. Judges 2:10. When all that generation of Israel had been gathered to their fathers, another generation arose after them who did not know Yahovah, nor the work which he had done for Israel. Then the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahovah and served the Baals. And they forsook Yahovah, Elohim of their fathers, who had brought them out of the land of Egypt. And they followed other gods from among the gods of the people who were all around them. And they bowed down to them, and they provoked Yahovah to anger. They forsook Yahovah and served Baal and the Ashtoreths. And the anger of Yahovah was hot against Israel. So he plundered them in the hands of plunderers who despoiled them. And he sold them into the hands of their enemies all around, so that they could no longer stand before their enemies. Wherever they went out, the hand of Yahovah was against them for calamity, as Yahovah had said, and as Yahovah had sworn to them, and they were greatly distressed. Nevertheless, Yahovah raised up judges who delivered them out of the hand of those who plundered them. Yet they would not listen to their judges, but they played the harlot with other gods and bowed down to them. They turned quickly from the way of which their fathers walked in obeying the commandments of Yahovah. They did not do so. And when Yahovah raised up judges for them, Yahovah was with the judge and delivered them out of the hand of their enemies all the days of the judge. For Yahovah was moved to pity by their groaning because of those who oppressed them and harassed them. And it came to pass when the judge was dead that they reverted and behaved more corruptly than their fathers by following other gods to serve them and bow down to them. They did not cease from their own doings nor from their stubborn way. Then the anger of Yahovah was hot against Israel, and he said, because this nation has transgressed my covenant which I commanded their fathers and has not heeded my voice, I also will no longer drive out before them any of the nations which Joshua left when he died, so that through them I may test Israel, whether they will keep the ways of Yahovah to walk in them as their fathers kept them or not. Therefore Yahovah left those nations without driving them out immediately, nor did he deliver them into the hand of Joshua. Chapter 3. Now these are the nations which Yahovah left, that he might test Israel by them. That is, all who had not known any of the wars in Canaan. This was only so that the generations of the children of Israel might be taught to know war, at least those who had not formerly known it. Namely, 5 lords of the Philistines, all the Canaanites, the Sidonians, the Hivites who dwell in the Mount Lebanon, from Mount Baal Hermon to the entrance of Hamath. And they were left that he might test Israel by them, to know whether they would obey the commandments of Yahovah, which he had commanded their fathers by the hand of Moshe. Thus the children of Israel dwelt among the Canaanites, the Hivites, the Amorites, the Perizzites, the Hivites, and the Jebusites. And they took their daughters to be their wives, and gave their daughters to their sons, and they served their gods. That was the thing he said, don't do that. So the children of Israel did evil in the sight of Yahovah. They forgot Yahovah their Elohim, and served the Baals and the Ashtoreths, or the Easters. Therefore the anger of Yahovah was hot against Israel, and he sold them into the hand of Cushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, and the children of Israel served Cushan Rishathaim 8 years. When the children of Israel cried out to Yahovah, Yahovah raised up a deliverer for the children of Israel, who delivered them. Othniel, the son of Kenaz, Caleb's younger brother. The spirit of Yahovah came upon him, and he judged Israel. He went out to war, and Yahovah delivered Cushan Rishathaim, king of Mesopotamia, into his hand. And his hand prevailed over Cushan Rishathaim. So the land had rest for 40 years. Then Othniel, the son of Kenaz, died. And Othniel was the one that got to marry Caleb's daughter. And the children of Israel again did evil in the sight of Yahovah, so that Yahovah strengthened Eglon, king of Moab, against Israel, because they had done evil in the sight of Yahovah. Then he gathered to himself the people of Ammon and Amalek, went and defeated Israel, and took possession of the city of the palms. So the children of Israel served Eglon, king of Moab, 18 years. 18 years. But when the children of Israel cried out to Yahovah, Yahovah raised up a deliverer for them, Ehud, the son of Gera the Benjamite, a left-handed man. By him the children of Israel sent tribute to the Eglon, king of Moab. Now Ehud made himself a dagger. It was a double-edged and a cubit in length, and fastened it under his clothes on his right thigh, so that he brought the tribute to Eglon, king of Moab. Now Eglon was a very fat man, and when he had finished presenting the tribute, he sent away the people who had carried the tribute. But he himself turned back from the stone images that were at Gilgal and said, I have a secret message for you, O king. He said, keep peace. And all who attended him went out from him. So Ehud came to him. Now he was sitting upstairs in his cool private chamber. Then Ehud said, I have a message from God for you. So he arose from his seat. Then Ehud reached out with his left hand, took the dagger from his right thigh, and thrust it in his belly. Even the hilt went in after the blade, and the fat closed over the blade, for he did not draw the dagger out of his belly, and his entrails came out. Then Ehud went out through the porch and shut the doors of the upper room behind him and locked them. When he had gone out, Eglon's servants came to look. To their surprise, the doors of the upper room were locked, so they said, He's probably tending to his needs in the cool chamber. So they waited till they were embarrassed, and still he had not opened the doors of the upper room. Therefore they took the key and opened them, and there was their master, fallen dead on the floor. But Ehud had escaped while they delayed, and passed beyond the stone images and escaped to Sirah.
What was the guy that died?
Eglon, the Moabite. So he had passed beyond the stone images and escaped to Sirah. So they'd already erected the idols and all that. And it happened when he arrived and he blew the trumpet in the mountains of Ephraim, that the children of Israel went down with him from the mountains, and he led them. Then he said to them, Follow me, for Yahovah has delivered your enemies, the Moabites, into your hand. So they went down after him, seized the fords of the Jordan leading to Moab, and did not allow anyone to cross over. And at that time they killed about 10,000 men of Moab, all stout men of valor. Not a man escaped. So Moab was subdued that day under the hand of Israel, and the land had rest for 80 years. After him was Shamgar, the son of Anath, who killed 600 men of the Philistines with the ox goad, and he also delivered Israel. All right, Luke 22.
That's a shame. One person gets a whole story as a judge, and I was like, this guy was also a judge. He did cool stuff. Moving on.
I'm gonna look up what an ox goad is.
I think an ox goad is that thing you said don't. I think it's isn't that the thing that goes the ox to go along as he's plowing?
Yeah, I've never seen one though.
How you said an ox goat. Very interesting.
It's just a G-O-D. Ox.
G-O-A-D.
There's an ox goad for sale.
I'm going to guess it's a long stick.
Yeah, so a pointy stick. Or in this case, a cane. Antique Mexican hand forged, $49 on eBay. Yep, it's a little butt puffer.
All right, Luke 22. Oh, it's gone. When the hour had come, he sat down, and the 12 disciples with him. And Yeshua said to them, With fervent desire I have desired to eat this Passover with you before I suffer. For I say to you, I will no longer eat of it until it is fulfilled in the kingdom of God.
Oh, listen to this. An ox goad is a wooden, this is in the Bible, an ox goad is a wooden tool approximately 8 feet long, fitted with an iron spike or point at one end, which was used to spur oxen. So it was a iron-tipped spear, essentially.
So he killed 600 men with it. That's pretty impressive.
Yep.
All right, so we're at Passover. Then he took the cup and gave thanks and said, Take this and divide it among yourselves. For I say to you, I will not drink of the fruit of the vine until the kingdom of God comes. Then he took bread, gave thanks and broke it, and gave it to them, saying, This is my body, which is given for you. Do this in remembrance of me. Likewise, he also took the cup after supper, saying, This cup is the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you. But behold, the hand of my betrayer is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goes as it has been determined. But woe to that man by whom he is betrayed.
Put their hands on the table.
What?
Everybody pulls their hands on the table.
I know, it's not me. Everybody does not touch their nose. Likewise, he also took the cup after supper, saying, This is the cup of the new covenant in my blood, which is shed for you. And that's awesome. But behold, the hand of the betrayer is with me on the table. And truly the Son of Man goes as it has been determined. But woe to that man by whom he is betrayed. Then they began to question among themselves, which of them it was whom would do this thing. Now there was also a dispute among them as to which of them should be considered the greatest. Man, we were all over the place at that supper, trying to have a holy moment. We got the betrayer, we got who's going to be the
There's
best.
a moment where we're like, I think it's Peter.
Are we in Luke right now?
Uh-huh,
Yeah.
22.
He's the one that recorded that. Who's going to be the best?
And he said to them, The kings of the Gentiles exercise lordship over them, and those who exercise authority over them are called benefactors. But not so among you. On the contrary, he who is greatest among you, let him be as the younger, and he who governs as he who serves. For who is greater, he who sits at the table or he who serves? Is it not he who sits at the table? Yet I am among you as one who serves. But you are those who have continued with me in my trials, and I bestow upon you a kingdom, just as my Father bestowed one upon me, that you may eat and drink at my table in my kingdom, and sit on thrones judging the 12 tribes of Israel. And the Lord said, Simon, Simon, indeed Satan has asked for you that he may sift you as wheat. But I have prayed for you that your faith should not fail, and when you have returned to me, strengthen your brothers. But he said to him, Lord, I am ready to go with you, both to prison and to death. And he said, I tell you, Peter, the rooster shall not crow this day before you deny me 3 times that you know me. Psalm 92, verse 1, a song for the Sabbath day. It is good to give thanks to Yahovah and to sing praises to your name, O Most High, to declare your loving kindness in the morning and your faithfulness every night. On an instrument of 10 strings, on the lute and on the harp, with harmonious sound. For you, Yahovah, have made me glad through your work. I will triumph in the works of your hands. O Yahovah, how great are your works! Your thoughts are very deep. A senseless man does not know, nor does a fool understand this. When the wicked spring up like grass, when all the workers of iniquity flourish, it is that they may be destroyed forever. But you, Yahovah, are on high forevermore. For behold your enemies, O Yahovah, for behold your enemies shall perish. All the workers of iniquity shall be scattered. But my horn you have exalted like a wild ox. I have been anointed with fresh oil. My eye also has seen my desire on my enemies. My ears hear my desire on the wicked who rise up against me. The righteous shall flourish like a palm tree. He shall grow like a cedar in Lebanon. Those who are planted in the house of Yahovah shall flourish in the courts of our God. They shall bear fruit in old age. It shall be fresh and flourishing, to declare that Yahovah is upright. He is my rock, and there is no unrighteous in him. Chapter 93. Yahovah reigns. He is clothed with majesty. Yahovah is clothed. He has girded himself with strength. Surely the world is established, so that it cannot be moved. Your throne is established from of old. You are from everlasting. The floods have lifted up, O Yahovah. The floods have lifted up their voice. The floods lift up their waves. Yahovah on high is mightier than the noise of many waters, than the mighty waves of the sea. Your testimonies are very sure. Holiness adorns your house, O Yahovah, forever. Proverbs 14, 1 and 2. The wise woman builds her house, but the foolish pulls it down with her hands. He who walks in his uprightness fears Jehovah, but he who preserves in his ways despises him.
If you were gonna take one verse to what's your name?
Uh-huh.
I know, I was thinking that, like,
A wise woman builds her house. I know it. I know it.
So,
To somebody's mom we're talking about. All right. Anyway, thanks for joining us today for Bible time.